What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Ogre Battle 64. Since last time, I've done a couple things. First off, I have proceeded a couple more years here on the calendar whatchamajoohickey. Magnus is now 72. As I mentioned previously, now that I'm at 70 years old, I'm not too worried about proceeding the years too much. I got most of the good rewards already, so I don't need to do it quite as feverishly as previously, but I do want to keep going. I want to get to 99 years old eventually. At this point though, the rewards you get for doing that have kind of gone downhill a bit. I can't think. I know the rewards for 90 and 99 are good. I can't recall what 80 is, but from now on, all the rewards you get for the middle years are not so good. For 71 to 79, you get like dowsing rods and flags of unity, which the uses for those are very limited, particularly because dowsing rods are useless if you happen to have a list of where all the items are already. Plus, I mean, you can use a dowsing rod and have it point to like a heal leaf or something, and that's not the most useful thing ever. Anyways, other than that, I have acquired the money that I was looking to get. I said I wanted to get up to 1800 goth or something like that, but I actually want to get closer to 2100. But the important stipulation to make there is I also want to make sure that I have 5 spare kite shields and 5 spare plate armors, or plate mails rather. So I sold off. Well, I didn't sell off everything, but I started selling off everything but those items, and I got the money that I wanted. Now, before we proceed today, I want to kind of give a little bit of a demonstration as to how legions work, even though I'm not going to be using them at all. So, to make a legion, you need a character who's capable of leading one. So if we look at Magnus, he's got this little blue medal here, and that means he can lead a legion. Much the same way that a red medal means you can lead a unit. So the only people we have that can lead a legion at this point are Ankaseth, Magnus, Dio, and Leia. Now that we're in Chapter 3, you have the ability to change people into Centurions if they meet the criteria for that class. The Centurions can lead legions, but to become a Centurion, a specific character must have been the leader that promoted 10 soldier reserves. So that's a pretty steep requirement, and it's very much not worth it. Now, the way legions actually work is, of course, you have a whole bunch of units that kind of march together. So if you go to the legions commands part of the menu here that we now have, you can see we can form a legion, but we don't have anyone that can become a legion. We can add a unit to a legion, so we could say, you know, choose this legion and add, say, this unit to it. But see, that's the thing. We can't actually add any units to this legion because for every unit in a legion, the legion leader has to have a soldier reserve and their unit. So if we were to remove those Deannas and add in a couple soldier reserves, 2 soldier reserves in that unit, and the legion leader's unit, so now I could have 2 possible units in that legion. I guess the idea is supposed to be that the soldier reserves are used to like communicate with the other legions, or units in the legion or whatever. So now we can see that those 2 are together. But legions are just not very good, to be honest. Like, Magnus is forced to be a legion leader at this point in the game, so that's not something that we can do. But for one thing, having all of your units kind of forced to march in the same place just kind of restricts your movement a bit. But also, if we look in the top right corner there, you can see it says speed 8. Now, let's remove these 2 guys from the legion. Now it says speed 10. So every unit that you add to a legion also actually reduces the speed that you march at. So you have less mobility and you have less overall speed. And that seems like a pretty raw deal to me. So yeah. Magnus on his own, just kind of sitting in the Legion with a single unit Legion. He doesn't have any like downsides to that. That's exactly the same as if he was a lone unit. So we don't really have to worry about that at all. But if you actually add characters to it, then that's when things start to kind of go downhill. So now we're going to come here to scene 19, and I've kind of finagled the calendar so that we're pretty close to the 21st of the month. The reason for that is I want to go to Melfi here in Dardunelles on the 21st of the month, so that I can spend the money that I have acquired, that I went out of my way to acquire. And here we are once again in Dardunelles, and it's another one of those repeat maps. And it's basically the exact same as the last time we were here. Well, I mean the unit composition and their placement's a little bit different, but the biggest clutch point here is, of course, as Hugo said, yes, we don't care about Centurions, Hugo, is there's a big blockade in the middle. But other than that, there's really... No, I definitely do not want to repeat the briefing. But other than the blockade in the middle, there's really nothing you have to worry about in this map. However, now that all of our characters are in their master classes, we can kind of demonstrate what that looks like. Pause. Okay, get everyone out on the map. Now, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for this battle, at least at the start, because I have a very specific plan here that I've been working towards for... I don't want to say the entire game, but for a very long time. And it pertains to this unit here, which I'm finally going to use. First thing I want to do, let's just send you over here. And while we're at it, let us send... There's my... I was gonna say my Valkyries, but my Freyas. That's... Yeah, you can take that. Because it's the 20th right now, and I want to get up there by the 21st, so... I think anyone could get up there in time, but I want to make sure, so I'm sending my Freyas up there. And because all the units are focused around here, I don't think we need more than one person up over here anyways, so yeah. So what I'm doing with these this archer unit is I'm basically just suiciding them. But we can take a look at that after we see what our Freyas can do now that they have advanced to the next class. First off, we should turn the battle animations back on. Oh yeah, he's using Fire Breath instead of Crimson Note, that's what it's called. Okay, wait for it. Here it comes. Triple Thunder Flare! Now because Thunder Flare is a multi-target spell by nature, if you combine more of one of them, like with level 1 spells, they're single target spells, but if you combine two of them, they become like an they hit all adjacent enemies as well. Don't die. Well, that's unfortunate. But if you have an AoE spell that hits multiple targets, then it turns into a spell that hits all enemies. So, yeah. I really was not expecting that Freya to die, but we can fix that later, I guess. Do I have any Altars of Resurrection? I do. Okay. That's good. I was mostly concerned about getting my Freya up there, and I managed to do that. What's your unit look like? Zeppelin! I don't want him retreating over to this neutral stronghold, so I'm going to send Magnus after this guy, just to kind of hopefully take him out in a single engagement. Bring out the big guns. Now normally at this point in time, where we have both like our Freyas and our Archmages and stuff like that, they all are getting like multi-targeting spells, so their damage output is probably going to end up being higher than units like this, where everyone hits a single target. Their overall damage output, because you know Ankaseth might be able to do 50 damage to a single guy, but if our Archmages are doing like 40 damage to 3 guys at once, I mean that's obviously higher. But against a unit like this, where there's only 3 targets, and they're all spread out, Magnus's unit is still probably my highest damage output. So, yeah. Ooh, Glamdring. That's a good sword. Okay, and return back to town. I'm pretty sure we don't have to worry about this town down there anymore. Actually, this unit has cockatrices, so that might be bad. Cause see, like, I want this unit to die, but I don't know if petrification counts. So yeah, like I said, I want this unit to die. That's just kind of what I want. I'm actually gonna... Nah, whatever. If I can kill a cockatrice, then it's just as well. But I can't. So, the reason I want this unit to die is because, oh. Turns out their leader got killed or petrified or something. So what we want to do in that case is appoint a new leader. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change my formation around real quick so the petrified people are in the front. Just to make sure that they die. So I want to turn these females into an Angel Knight. And the way you do that is it's a very kind of convoluted process. So Angel Knights are technically considered an undead unit. It's the first of the month, but I got some time, so I'll just continue. So to become an Angel Knight, basically you have to have your female character die while they fit the requirements for an Angel Knight. So there are some stat requirements for that, and there's also equipment requirements, namely you need a Needle of Light, you need a Kite Shield, and you need a Plate Mail. So that's why I've made sure to keep the Kite Shields and the Plate Mails. I believe you have to be high alignment, and like I said, you have to be female. And then, wow, that cataphragm unit was pretty bad. You can't even kill level like 12 archers. So you have to kill those female characters. But the problem then becomes that even if you fulfill their requirements, you have all the equipment and all that, you still have a chance of just becoming like a zombie or a ghost or something like that, rather than becoming an Angel Knight. It's a very small chance of actually becoming an Angel Knight. But I've taken steps to change that. So that unit dies. So now we've got our full unit of female dead characters who all should fulfill the requirements for becoming Angel Knights. Now what I've done is I gave, at least I thought I gave them the must have changed when I changed to later or something. It's a good thing I caught that. The Mastaba's Barrier, which is the item that you get for your 70th birthday. And it says, item known to prevent its owner from becoming undead. But does it really? Let's see, what it really does is it prevents you from becoming zombies and all that stuff. But it doesn't prevent you from becoming an Angel Knight. So basically now those female characters are just going to sit there until they happen to get a lucky roll of the dice and they can become an Angel Knight. Freaky transition. Okay, well, to get the Needle of Light, you have to come here to Melfi during the 21st of the month, between, I think it's 9 in the morning and 18 o'clock on the clock, 1800 hours, whatever you want to call it, and enter the market here in Melfi. But if I had to guess, I would say that the reason it didn't work is because you might not be able to access the market in the middle of a fight. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do here is kill off you. Send. Oh, I don't know. No, we need Ceradan elsewhere. Send Seraphina up there just in case. I'm a little hesitant to fight anything with this unit because I've got a dead character and I want to try and keep my experience as even as possible. But I'm more worried about this leaderless unit somehow wandering into the stronghold and taking it while I return these guys back to base to use that Altar of Resurrection on my dead Freya. So I guess that one dead Freya is going to be 24 experience behind, which isn't the end of the world, but you know, whatever. So send you back to base. Seraphina is coming up here to cover. And retreat you real quick. Altar of Resurrection. And we're good. So with that, I leave you here for today on Let's Play Ogre Battle 64. Catch you later.